Okay, so the question of how do you find a beginner anime? And I don't think I can answer that because I never started with a beginner anime. I was just kind of thrown into the genre with whatever willy-nilly anime my stepdad threw at me, which one of the first ones I saw was Ninja Scroll, sorry. I think I said that a little fast. But the original movie, not the episodes, not the show, but the actual movie. That one was weird to say the least. It was explicit, very confusing at my age. I think I was like 9 or 10, almost to puberty or like around that age. And I was getting more in touch with more manly stuff. And that one was one of the ones I saw, which I guess it was kind of appropriate for the time I saw it, but the just I don't know. The what is that called? I don't know. Aura energy coming from that anime was just like a little different. It was like Japan on steroids. So that was like one of my first anime I saw. The second was Akira, very dramatic movie about the bombing of Japan and mutation. So that, was a little intense for a kid. So I didn't really grow up with like anime that was made for kids right off the bat. I think I showed interest because I saw a Pokemon episode or something, and then my stepdad gave me all those movies to watch that were anime, and I fell in love with the genre after that. Even though I thought, hey, some of these are kind of weird, but maybe I'll end up liking it later, and I actually did. I ended up developing a taste for the weirder, more niche ones. That's why like stuff like Goblin Slayer didn't really bother me. Guts from Berserk doesn't really bother me too much. It's just some of the romance tropes and the well, I guess not romance technically. Like I have to say raping tropes. Those didn't sit well with me, but other than that, I was like, whatever. It's anime, you know. I watched Goblin Slayer, watched Berserk. All this stuff is not new to me. Um, I guess my brain got scrambled with Ninja Scroll because there was some stuff like that uh in that anime too. So I have to admit that it is weird to like be interested in anime just because of that. But if it does have it in there, it doesn't pique my interest, but it just makes me like, I wonder why they put that in there, since so many other anime also do it, but none of the mainstream ones actually do that. So on to beginner anime. I guess if I had to make a list, I would start with something like Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, things like that in that ballpark. But typically, you'll want to watch anime that you're like the subject is interesting, like King of Tennis. You'd probably want to watch that or read that. Is there an anime for King of Tennis? I don't know my anime. Anyway, you'd probably want to read the manga for King of Tennis if you're into that kind of story, like sports and stuff. There's also Haikyuu for basketball. Um, there's a bunch of sports ones actually. There's Ippo. Uh, that one got some backlash recently because of the I think the way they drew women or something. I can't remember. Something about the mensualized content. So yeah, yeah, I would stick with stuff like that. If you're more into adult content, though, I would say something like Ninja Scroll the movie, Berserk. Um, I guess even Garzy's Wing. That's an old one that is like I don't know. Trash Taste said it was so bad that it was good, but it's like, whatever. You know, Wings of Hone Mise is actually better than Garzy's Wing anyway. So I guess they're kind of correct. But I like Garzy's Wing. Has a dude in it. Is that the only thing could I have to say about it? There's a dude in it. Anyway, there's an English dub too for that one, Garzy's Wing. But I think probably watch Wings of Hone Mise first. A lot of the more sad, epic ones are kind of in the beginner ballpark. Like I said, Akira. What's another sad one? Wings of Hone-Misa is kind of sad, but I don't want to spoil anything. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, Inuyasha. It's a B shonen, which means it's for boy or girl. It's got action, it's got romance. You can watch those pretty like potato chips, you know, just kind of comfort anime. What else? What else? What else? Spirited Away. It's a movie that any Ghibli film really is pretty much for beginner anime. So I wouldn't. There's actually probably a lot. Like I wouldn't want you to watch ReZero as your beginner anime. But then again, you might not have a taste for anime yet, and it might be good to you. So yes, I'm bashing ReZero. I don't care if the characters are cute. I don't like the story. But anyway, maybe like any of the what are they called? The isekai. Those are pretty much beginner level. Um, Even the light novels, if you're into light novels, it's pretty much beginner. So yeah, I think that that concludes my list. It's pretty short for now because my brain's not working, but pretty much yeah. Anything that's in the like adolescent range, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and then to adult content if you're into more dark stuff like Berserk. It just depends on your comfort level of what you are okay with watching. With me, I'm I'm okay with grape content in anime. I don't want it there, but you know it doesn't bother me. So yeah, I'm not advocating for it by any means. But it's not really a thing I look out for. But it's in a lot of the more edgy, dark ones. So just be aware of that. If you're gonna go more edgy, more dark, there's some grape stuff in there usually, and the Japanese obviously don't see a problem with promoting it. Not every Japanese, of course, everyone's opinionated. You just go online, you can find someone's opinion that doesn't correlate with what I said, and you know, just think for yourself. Basically, is ultimately what it comes down to. I guess some of the anime should come with warning labels, like they did with Goblin Slayer. It used to. I don't know why they stopped doing that. Like 90s, I used to have a magazine. It was kind of like Shonen Jump, but it had an adult section and it was like sealed in plastic. It had a warning on it. It was like from Japan. So I don't know. Maybe they still do it in Japan, but they don't do it anymore in America, which is kind of concerning. Um, you know, I put the Indian guy on TikTok in here. Isn't that concerning? Anyway, yeah. So really, any anime is a beginner anime as long as you're comfortable with it. But like I said, Berserk, avoid it if you're not comfortable with extreme violence and like rape and stuff. Or Goblin Slayer, don't watch that if you're really not into anime like that. Your options, oh, Bleach is a good beginner anime. Yeah, Bleach, One Piece. It's a great beginner anime. Gets you into this little adventure with everyone. Naruto's a good beginner anime. I don't think I'm missing anyone. JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen. It's like maybe I don't want to say it's medium. It's still beginner, but like maybe a little bit past beginner. Not intermediate. It's like soft. You're getting into anime more. Is JJK. You like know more tropes and stuff, and you understand the genre a little bit more. I would say. Um, Dragon Ball Z is definitely beginner material. You can watch. It's just basically gym bros with superpowers, um, and different power levels, and each series is different. So don't go thinking GT is the same as Dragon Ball Z. They're very different. So you can look into that if you want to. Um, the mangas, I like the manga for Dragon Ball Z the most. I like it better actually. But the anime is cool. I used to watch it in Spanish when I was a poor little Mexican kid. But anyway, I said that word a lot. I said anyway like 100 times. But I think you get the point. I've mentioned quite a few beginner animes you can watch, and hopefully you got to the end of this video and I didn't suck up all your time, and this was valuable to you. Hopefully, you like my opinion. If you don't, I mean, like, just leave. Don't don't leave a like or a comment. And get out of here. I'll just sip my coffee alone. Just don't pay attention to me.